It's interesting because you kind of have, Spoon is kind of artistically a way out for you, and Spoon is looking for...
No doubt. He is a way to help my image, and I am a way for him to, my life has made it easy for me to jump into Spoon, because all I have to do is think, where would I be if I stayed on those paths? And I would be Spoon, because he's articulate, talented, he's just a junkie. You know what I mean? So where would I be had I not took these chances, had I not gone all out, had I not done the things that made me into a monster in the media's eyes? I would be Spoon. I would still be a very talented human being that no one knew about, that no one interviewed, that no one gave movie parts to. So whatever I do, good or bad, you know, it's got me out of where I was. It's got me out of the jaws of death. So now that I'm out of the jaws of death, I don't mind all the foggy breath from the people who don't like what I said to get out of there. I'm just happy I'm not there anymore. And what I say is like, it's like when you see, you know, it's kind of hypocritical, because people love to, you know, have mercy and sympathy for everything, from the animals to the whales to fur to everything except us, your youth, the ones who you've given no attention to, who become adults with no compassion. You know what I mean? And I feel like if you walk by a street and you was walking on concrete and you saw a rose growing out of concrete, even if it had messed up petals and it was a little, you know, to the side, you would marvel at just seeing a rose grow through concrete. So why is it that when you see some ghetto kid grow out of all of the dirtiest circumstances, and he can talk and he can sit across from you, make you smile, make you cry, make you laugh, all you can talk about is my dirty rose, my dirty stems, and how I'm leaning crooked to the side. You can't even see that I came up out of that shit. And that's exactly the analogy that it is for me. You know what I mean?
That is beautiful analogy. That's really good. I should probably get back to movie for a minute, though.
Oh, yeah, movie. We're doing one. Yeah.
Is that your next one?
Nah.
That's good. What about working with Bondi? Did you know him before, or you know?
I had saw him before. I saw things he did, and once I met him, I was open to working with him. He wasn't tripping off me, and I wasn't tripping off him. There was no ego thing. It was just good to work with somebody, to get direction from somebody who didn't bring baggage along. I felt like he never knew what was going on. Like, and I was telling him, like, yeah, I got to go to court. He's like, huh? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I got to do these. Like, huh? He didn't know what was going on. It's just like, yeah, just be at work. You know what I mean? So I like that. It made it comfortable for me. It took a lot of pressure from me. Instead of usually when I meet directors, they're like, hi, you know? So.
You talked a little bit about it, but can you talk a little bit more about your relationship with Tim Roth and what it's like working with him?
It's fun. I always joke and say I'm training him, but really he's teaching me, you know, not teaching me as far as, you know, listen, watch this, but teaching me as far as watching him. It gives me confidence to do what I'm doing. Because first I was intimidated. Like, you know, here's this guy that trained and learned, and he's who they think is one of the best actors, who I also think that. But I mean, as far as equally across the board, everybody loves him. Everybody thinks he has talent. And I didn't study that way. I didn't study at all, really, if you don't count high school. So I look at it as being like, when he tells me, like, you know, oh yeah, I felt you, then I know that even though I didn't study like he studied, that I'm getting the same result. Gives me confidence. I can work with anybody now, and I wouldn't be, you know, like, well, what do you think? I would be totally comfortable, because that was the last puzzle. It's like, you know, I know I'm good to my people. I know I'm good to my folks. All of my peers love me, you know, my generation. But if he can say, yeah, you're on the right track, that's right, as long as you do this. You know what I mean? His thing is like methodical, by the book. You know what I mean? It's like he gets there by a certain path. And mine is like, just close your eyes, and when it's time to turn the camera on, put yourself in that position, you know the character, and do what he would do. Like fresh, you know what I mean? So it's the opposite, but it's fun. It's like riveting to be there, and while he's doing his and I'm doing mine, and then we get the scene right, I know we're on the right track. It makes me comfortable and gives me confidence.
Are you excited for all your fans to see you?
Yeah, I'm excited for both of our fans. I'm excited for the movie theater owners. I'm excited for the sight it'll be in that theater when people who come to see my movies come, and people who come to see Tim's movie come, and Vondi's friends come, and, you know, Tandy's friends come, and people who want to hear the soundtrack come, and they all be in the theater like, hey, did you see the, you know what I mean? Did you see who's back there? You know what I mean? It's going to be that type of a theater all over America. That's what I'm happy about. I bet you there's more comedy in the theater than it is on the screen, just from all those different types of people being in one spot together. And that's what's real good. That's what movie making is about. Because acting really is not it's not saving the world. We're just making them feel good while we all go through the motions. So that's what's dope, is that we can put us all in that one spot, especially at this time in the history of where we are in America and the country and the world. It'll be good to get us all in there, some happy shit. No murders, no racism, just happy shit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some people are going to go, oh, it's like a black guy and a white guy that are friends, and
They
that
would,
has nothing to do with
it never comes, it's never like that. I mean, and people are going to trip because Tim is saying nigga and I'm calling him white boy, but it like, what we try to do is like take the alcohol off the wound, you know what I mean? Like, once somebody keep hitting the wound like this 30 times, I mean, somebody can say nigga in the theater and they're going to laugh at it because we just turned it into a comedy, you know what I mean? We just turned it into this innocent white boy who thinks that saying nigga will get him accepted because he hears all of the black guys say it. And we turn it into black guys just realizing, you know, what we say and how white boy is just as harmful. Saying honky and all of that shit hurts them just as much as nigga hurts us. We don't even realize it until when you see the movie, you see how it just, all of us just bounce the word off so casually in the streets that we don't realize it.
It's also kind of cool that they're, you know, on the surface, like you'd say, oh, they're two junkies, they're like whatever, but they're just like these two great guys who you really like, and they have so much humanity, you know, that I think for audience goers who would be like, oh, I'm so worried about a junkie or something.
Right.
Hey, they're just like two guys who
Right.
make it through the system. You've got to get your license at the DMV. You've had like a little taste.
We are like junkies, like how people have to have coffee every morning. That's the type of junkies we are. How, you know, someone likes chocolate, or how like some women like being with guys who beat them up, or we have addictions. You know what I mean? It's not like junkies as far as we just like fucking our lives off. Excuse me. It's like more like we have addictions. You know what I mean? And we just go through these addictions.
Well, they're now at the point too where they just need to. They're not getting high really. They're just like staying level almost
Right.
too.
Being numb, anesthetizing ourselves to the world.
Because if they stop,
And we all do that. And everybody does that. That's why no one's going to trip off the fact that we're junkies. They're going to just think we're them.